How's it going, everyone? It is I, Pro Boy, and welcome to another What If series. Today, I will be talking about what if Deku had senzu beans, part 1. So before this starts, I would just like to explain these senzu beans as in this universe, they only work on pure-hearted people. And it's the same, it's kind of hard to grow them. And only the oldest senzu beans can regrow any severe damages. So anyways, let's get into the video. So we start this video off where Deku was just playing in the playground, and when he spots a light, he went to go investigate it and saw there was a little pot in the bushes. And inside was a little bean that wasn't buried. And he decided to take it home. And he actually buried the senzu bean. And he took care of it for about a week. Till one day, he saw that the plant was fully grown. And there were these little beans on it. And so, let's say he just got back from being bullied by Bucko, being all bruised up. And so he takes a senzu bean and looks at it, and it's like, wow, what kind of bean is this? And so he eats it, wondering what it tastes like. But then in an instant, all the bruises that were on him were all gone. Izuku was confused and says, what happened to all my bruises and scars? Where did they go? He then looks at the plant and says, wait, is this plant, does this plant actually grow beans that heal you? This is so awesome. I just might be able to become a hero. I won't have to worry about any severe injuries. And so we time skip to about the present timeline, like 10 months before the entrance exam. Izuku now has a ton of senzu beans because each one would grow every day. Inko wouldn't have to worry too much about Izuku getting hurt, but she's still worried. Anyways, Izuku still keeps like 5 senzu beans on him just in case he gets injured. And the teacher just has papers and says, well, here are some applications for what you want to do after school, like which high school you want to go to. Then he throws the paper up and says, but that would just be a waste of time. I know you all want to be heroes. And so all the students just greatly cheer, and Bakugo doing this speech like saying, I'm gonna be number 1 hero. I will be the one to surpass All Might. And I am the only one who's worthy to go to UA with a strong quirk like mine. And so, the teacher says, oh, Izuku, don't you want to go to UA too? And the moment he says that, everybody just laughs at him, Bakugo getting angry and slamming on his desk. And everything goes as in canon. Yeah. And so, basically, when Izuku takes the shortcut home, he gets captured by the sludge villain. And he tries to reach for a senzu bean, but couldn't. And anyways, this goes the way it always goes. All Might destroyed, smashing the villain off of him, and just slapping him to wake up. And him signing Izuku's notebook, and still Izuku jumping onto his leg. And let's say Izuku got a little bit injured, like he has a scratch on his cheek. And All Might saying, "Oh, sorry about that. You should be more careful." Izuku saying, "Oh, it's nothing." Izuku then pulls out a bag of senzu beans and eats one, and it instantly regenerates the wound. All Might was shocked at this, and says, What was that? How was your wound healed?" Izuku saying, "Don't tell anyone, but I have these magical beans that heal any wound." All Might deflates and says, "Don't be alarmed, but this is what I actually look like." Izuku's startled and says, "Wait, that's what you look like? Well, why are you so skinny?" All Might then goes on and says and talks about his injury and how he got it. And Izuku saying, "Can I still be a hero without a quirk?" All Might saying, "Maybe if you have a ton of those senzu beans, you can basically go around heroing. I mean, if they heal anything, then I suppose you could still be a hero. But can it regenerate anything from my injury?" Izuku saying, "I think one of the senzu beans can work. You see, the very old senzu beans that I have are much more stronger than the ones that are recently grown. If anything, they'll be able to regrow your injury." Oh, I'm saying, "Do you have any on you?" Izuku checking his pockets and finds an old bean and gives it to All Might, and All Might eats it. All Might then holds on to his wound as it just feels pain, and it just instantly regenerates his wound, and he actually looks much better, like a bit more muscular, less skinny, and yeah, it just looks normal. And All Might saying, "Thanks, young man. Anyways, I should probably get this villain to the police. Anyways, train hard." Izuku nodding his head. But All Might realizes that the sludge villain isn't there. They both hear an explosion, both rushing to the scene, and seeing that the sludge villain was holding on to Bakugo. Izuku doing the same thing as he always does, throwing his backpack and trying to get him out. But All Might would have no problem using his power, and basically he had to use a little less power because his body is now like fully healed in order to take on the full power, so he doesn't have a time limit anymore. And so everything goes as in cannon, and Bakugo's just yelling at Izuku and All Might offering his quirk. Izuku actually accepts this, and they go on and just do the same thing as in canon. They just train his body, and let's say he finishes 2 days early, as in that whole 10 months, One For All has actually just regrown itself, like giving it All Might more flames. And so All Might gives Izuku his quirk, and they just let it digest, and it's fully digested. So yeah, and so the day of the ethics exam comes, and everything goes as in canon. Bakugo just yelling at Izuku, saying that you shouldn't be here, you useless nerd. And Izuku just walks and he trips, only to be caught by Uraraka. Same thing as she says, sorry for using my quirk on you. I should have asked. And then just walking off. And you know what happens. Everything going as is in the anime. You know, just doing the mumbling, and Ida scolding Izuku for mumbling too much. And, you know, so we skip to I forgot what it was called, the place where they were about to destroy all the robots. And Izuku has like a bag full of senzu beans, just in case. And so Izuku goes on going around destroying his fingers as he flicks them all and eating senzu bean after senzu bean. As minutes would pass and the 0 pointer would come, and Zuko thinking probably I won't be able to take that on. It's not even worth it. But then he hears a scream, and it was Uraka, and Izuku remembering him. He then grabs his last senzu bean and eats it, regenerates all his fingers, and using One For All on his legs, then jumping and punching the robot, destroying it. And then Zuko then realizes that he was like, I don't know, 10 feet above the ground, and he tries to reach for a senzu bean, but realizes he ran out. He's like, great, I'm out of senzu beans. What am I gonna do? As he feels a slap on his chin as Uraka uses her quirk on him and struggles to put her hands together as she finally says release, and then throwing up. Izuku was able to get at least 60 points, villain points. And so everything goes in canon. Izuku not using a senzu bean because obviously he ran out. Recovery Girl just healing Izuku all up. And they then the teachers and the principal search the security cameras and spying on Izuku as they realize that he kept on and pulling out these strange green beans. And they were wondering like this, and President Mike asking, what is he doing? What kind of beans are those? They're just instantly regenerating him. Nezu saying, I don't know, but we should probably ask him. And so we skip to about a week. And so, Izuku actually, learns how to use full cowling early. Because he's actually smarter in this. And, basically, being number one in the entrance exam as he gets his letter. And, when Bakugo hears the news about him being second, he is just extremely angry as he yells, Deku! And so we time skip to the first day of UA. And then Izuku just goes to the door and says to himself, hopefully there are good students here. Hopefully there aren't any students I recognize. As he thinks of Bakugo and Ida. As he opens the door, and he sees Bakugo and Ida, just arguing. Is this Ida saying, get your feet off the table? And Bakugo saying, or else what? And so, everything goes as in canon. Ida going up to, Zuko, introducing himself and, like, saying, you realize there were extra points in the test, didn't you? And yeah, everything goes as canon. I forget what he says. Uraka then thanking Izuku for, saving her. And Aizawa just getting out of his bag and making everyone put the gym clothes on. And so they all go outside. And Aizawa throws a ball to Izuku. And says, you were the one to get first place. Show us your power. And throw the ball as hard as you can. Izuku nodding and actually decides to use 100% in his arm again. And so before he could throw it, Aizawa erased his quirk. And so, as I was saying, were you trying to break your bones again? Don't, you weren't ready. If you could just pull one punch without being knocked out, then prove to me that you weren't useless. And so Izuku saying, okay. And so Izuku winding back his fist again and using his power in his arm, and actually gets a farther distance, like 1,796. As I was looking at his phone, and then back at Izuku, into his mind, he just never learns. As Izuku reaches into his pocket and pulls out a senzu bean, Aizawa looking at it and in his mind, hey, wait a second. Are those the beans that he was using in the entrance exam? Everyone watching Izuku saying, what is that? And Izuku eats the senzu bean and it instantly regenerates his arm. Everyone will be shocked by this, especially Aizawa. And then he thinks to himself, we have to find the secret to where he gets those beans. All Might said that he he got a strange being that healed his injury. So what is his secret? And so he just go through all the tests. Izuku doing better as he places in 5th place. And same as always, just jokes about the expulsion. And everyone just goes home. As Izuku was walking to the station, Ida and Uraraka were just catching up to him. Uraraka saying, "Are you going to the station? Let us join you." And so they catch up to him. And Ida saying, "So, Midoriya, so what was that strange bean that you pulled out of your pocket?" Uh, Uraraka then saying, "Yeah, it instantly regenerated your arm. What is that? Where did you get those?" Izuku just being kind of nervous and has no idea what he should do. He's like stuttering, like, "Oh, well, well," and yeah, no, and he had no choice but to tell him. So they went to a quiet place. Izuku then makes him keep the secret as he tells him about the senzu beans and how they can heal about anything, and how the old senzu beans are the ones that can heal even more advanced injuries. And then understanding is Oraka saying he can I actually have one and maybe grow a tree for myself? Izuka saying it's not that easy. These senzu beans are very picky. You see, I tried doing that myself, but it didn't work. And they both understanding, as they would think that if villains got their hands on this, they would be unstoppable. And so they go to the station and chat for a little bit. And so it's on to the hero training, like the fighting training, I think. Combat training. There we go. As All Might just does the same thing, saying, "I am here, coming through the door like a normal person." Everyone excited that All Might is there. And so, everything goes as a canon. Izuku's design is like different. It's the same one in season 2, but he has some extra pockets filled with senzu beans, as he'll need them just in case. And they're completely sealed in cases that will be hard to open. Like, well, and and everything going as in the anime, Izuku being paired with Uraka, Ida being paired up with Bakugo. And so Izuku decides to give Uraka a senzu bean just in case. And so they enter the building. Bakugo then heads for Izuku. Izuku using full cowling and jumps out of the way with the Uraka and tries to kick Bakugo, but he dodges this. And Izuku saying, "Go find the bomb." Uraka then rushes to where Ida is. And Bakugo saying, "You bastard, how did you get so strong? You were quirkless. What is the matter with you?" Izuku saying, "It doesn't matter now. I have a quirk." And so they just fight it out, and with Uraraka, she's struggling to touch the bomb as she's getting tired. Ida kicks Uraraka in the back, and she gets hurt a bit as Ida tries to go for her head, but she dodges this, and Ida then punches her into a wall. Uraraka, remembering the senzu bean that Izuku gave him, and tries to eat it, but Ida knocks it away, and it hits her in the gut, and she throws up. Uraraka then making Ida float, and then slamming him to the ground, and then grabs the senzu bean and eats it. She felt energized and realizes it doesn't just heal injuries, it also recovers your stamina. And so, we go back to Izuku and Bakugo. Izuku has gotten a little bit injured, but Bakugo was about to pull the trigger, and All Might say, "No, don't do that, Bakugo, you'll kill him." Bakugo saying, "Not if he dodges first." And so he pulls the trigger, and Izuku then flicks his finger as he gets injured by this, as it barely fades away the blast. Izuku then charges at Bakugo and kicks him in the gut, and runs to Uraraka and eats a senzu bean. As he then rushes, Uraraka is actually struggling. As Ida was about to kick her again, Izuku bursts through the door and kicks Ida in the jaw. And then he touches the bomb, and All Might saying, "The hero teams win." And basically everything going as is in canon. Izuku not going to recover goes off obviously because he had senzu beans. And so so they go on to picking the class representative. And so everything else is in canon. Izuku getting the most votes, and he becomes the class rep, as Yaoyorozu becomes the deputy. And so everything goes as in canon, the alarm going, and Izuku is actually he actually has a plan and makes Uraraka tells Uraraka to make him float. As she does this, and he just goes to the exit and does the same thing Ida does, but is a little bit nervous. But in the end, he was able to calm everybody down. And we time skip to the USJ. And Suko being fully prepared for the USJ. He has a bag full of senzu beans that he put the pockets full of senzu beans, as he makes sure that he has enough. And basically, when everybody's on the bus, they then ask Izuku. Also, he asks Izuku. She says, "So, what were those strange green beans, Ribbit?" And Izuku like, well, and then Kirishima saying, "Yeah, those beans were weird. They instantly healed you. I mean, I don't think that's even possible." And Izuku saying, well, it's a long story, but I don't know. I just have these fiends with me and instantly heal anybody. As long as they're good. If not, then the ones that are very bad, it'll actually be poison to them. Everyone being frightened by this and just in their mind saying, well, it's lucky we want to be heroes that are good people. And we times like skip on to what's her name? 18? No, 13. Yeah, I think. Anyways, giving her speech, and the villains appear, and Aizawa then asks Izuku for 5 senzu beans, as he gives them, as Izuku gives 5 of them to Aizawa. And then he just jumps into action, and then everything going as in canon. Oh wait, actually All Might is there. So he joins Aizawa. And they're doing actually better. And still Kurogiri teleporting everyone to different places. And yeah, just everything going as it can, and Zuko doing his plan, breaking his fingers and quickly eating a senzu bean while he's still in full Cowan. And so we skip to All Might and Aizawa as the Nomu then as Shigaraki commands the Nomu to get Aizawa as it punches Aizawa to the ground, beating it up. As Aizawa is still hurt from Shigaraki decaying a bit of his elbow and him being beat by the Nomu. All Might then is angered at this, and it actually takes him like 3 blows to knock out the Nomu. As Shigaraki is shocked at this and says, "What? I thought it was supposed to be 5 blows. How is this possible?" As he just scratching his neck in frustration. All Might then grabs his senzu beans and gives one to Aizawa as his whole body regenerates. And he is full of stamina and his eyes are extremely moist. And they just capture Shigaraki, and they try to get Kurogiri, but he escapes as he grabs Shigaraki. And basically everything is goes as in canon, except Izuku didn't have to break his legs. And that is the end of this video. Like and subscribe. And comment down below on what else I should make. And anyways, this is the end, so bye.